Hello friends, as I told you last time, I had an allergy test and I'm gonna tell you about how it was today. In general, it was very good. The doctor from the walk-in clinic that I go very often, like my doctor, is not my family doctor, but I go to that clinic very often. I bother him like 5 times this year with an ear infection. I get an ear infection a lot. 2 of those times it was actually an ear infection, but the other 2 times it was just very inflamed and painful, but it was not an infection. So he thought it could be related to an allergy. So he sent me to a specialist to get the allergy test. Also, the last times, because he saw it was not an infection, he sent me a spray for the nose. It's something you can get over the counter. And one time he tried with a different one, I guess more strong, so that was the last one I used, but both worked for me. Also, he had the suspicion that my ear canal has a weird shape. So just to confirm, he wanted me to do the allergy test because he thinks seasonal allergies are causing a blockage at the canal, but also the shape is weird, so it's something weird. Because the other ear is perfectly fine. I started to get these infections, like half the time infections, half the time just like pain. After one time I got a really bad ear infection. It was weird. One time I was just having dinner and I was perfectly fine, and the next day I woke up like around 6 a.m. with a lot of pain. And then I went to the doctor and it was an infection, so he gave me medicine. But after that, every 4 to 5 months I would get it again and again and again. So yeah, now let's go to the allergy test. I went to the office because my doctor from the walk-in clinic referred me, and everything was super quick. They asked for my health card, and then I went to an office. They had several offices, and then a nurse was asking me questions like, do you feel you react to certain stuff and things like that. And I was telling her I always get allergies during spring and winter, but in the meanwhile, I guess it was with a needle. I didn't want to see, but I gave her my arm and she was pinching a lot of dots. I don't know if it was with a needle, probably. It wasn't painful, but I felt something. And then I went back to sitting and I waited for like 10-15 minutes, and then I went in with the doctor. Luckily, she said I'm almost not allergic to anything, like bad allergies. She just said I'm very sensitive to roaches, and I worked in restaurants, and to be honest, all restaurants have roaches, even if it's just one time a month. Probably they live around the tubes or below ground, I don't know, but I have always seen roaches in restaurants, even if they are the cleanest, because they have open doors next to the street and they are gonna enter at some point. So after I stopped working in restaurants, I have not been sick, so that's nice. And aside from that, she said I'm not allergic to anything technically. Like, I might be sensitive to pollen maybe, or plants, but she said it's not even a big deal. So she sent me a nose spray and she said I should use it daily, and as far as I looked, it doesn't have any secondary effects. But in conclusion, like in Dr. House, the conclusion is that my ear canal, as my doctor suspected, has a weird shape. And then, if my nose or my face in general gets inflammation because there's an allergen, like anything, even if I get a little bit of inflammation, all the canal goes like, no, I'm not working, I'm not doing this. So Just to make sure the canal is open and working, she sent me the spray to use every day. So in conclusion, to get an allergy test here, I went to the walk-in clinic and my doctor noticed I had a bunch of ear infections. So he referred me, and for all that, I didn't pay anything. I need to pay for the medicine, but the medicine is a counter medicine, so it's not that expensive. It's annoying that I need to get it often now, because I need to take it every day until I don't know when, but I was happy I got a fast solution, at least from the allergy test and the allergy doctor, because I have been dealing with those ear infections, like the real ones and the fake ones, around 3 years, because they didn't know why they were happening. They thought like maybe it was just one ear infection and that, but because I get them constantly, that's why they wanted to check. In comparison with Mexico, I saw that Simi and Chopo, I mentioned those the last time I was talking with you about medicine and medical stuff when I went to Mexico for my medical tour. They both, I recommend them because they are cheap and efficient. Simi, it's cheaper. One exam, it's $200, the allergy test. And in Chopo, it's $278, so you choose which one you want. If you look in private hospitals, probably it's gonna be more expensive, but I recommend those two because I really trust those companies. And for getting them, you just need to call and make an appointment one day before, and that's it. So if you can't get it in Canada with the health card, the price in Canada it's between $400 and $800. So if by any situation you can't get it free with the health card, well, you can't pay that much money if it's an emergency, or if by any chance you're in Mexico, because a lot of Canadians are going to Mexico, and a lot of people in general, they are going on vacation to Mexico. Well, now you know you can get your allergy test for $200 to $278, and I feel it's pretty good. It's still half the price than in Canada, and I would think it's the same with the US. So I just wanted to give you that tip. I'm from Mexico and I'm used to the health services there, so if I can give you any tip around health, well, it's a free advice. So if you have more questions about medical stuff, I'm not a doctor, I'm just a Mexican. So if you want any tips on how to get a cheaper exam in Mexico, I can recommend you clinics and doctors, at least the ones I know. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you the next time.